Okay, so clear communication, it's a great process for difficult conversations. Maybe it's something sensitive uh, where you want to be a little bit more thoughtful with how you're engaging with it, or maybe it's just a really hard conversation. You got to make sure things get said. I don't want to call it a confrontation, but that type of conversation. So as we look at the criteria here for clear, they don't go in order with the exception of a couple things. But think of this as a pre-conversation reflection, right? So I can really walk through it, get my mind right before I go and have the conversation. But number one, I'm going to jump straight to the bottom R. Remember the goal. There's a reason why you're having this conversation, and it all starts there. That would be the only thing I would say you need to do first. Outside of that, the rest of this is just things to keep in mind. So, for example, C, checking assumptions. Reflect and remove any assumptions or beliefs that you have about the situation that could potentially disrupt the goal. If you know that you're going to hit some things that may cause you to feel a certain way, just think about those. Is what can I do to do the best job I can, leaving that at the door so I'm going in a little bit more objective to the conversation. Okay, now while we're engaging in the conversation, the next three are really important. This can help us to just make sure that we're having two-way conversations and I'm not dominating or they're not dominating. But looking at the L, listen to learn. When you're going into this conversation, are you listening to learn about the other perspective? Even if you think you may know the answer, if you can challenge yourself just to listen to learn, this will keep you from getting distracted with your own thoughts. Just be present, listen to learn. You will have your turn to speak. Uh, don't exaggerate going to the E, especially with emotions. But we want to avoid terms like always or never, right? You always are late. You never pick things up. That's only going to cause defensiveness. So stick to the facts. Hey, I've noticed the last 2 or 3 times you've been doing this. What's up, right? Versus always or never. A, acknowledge. And I think this is probably the hardest one actually of them all. You don't have to agree, but make sure you're acknowledging what the other person is saying, because then at least they're feeling heard out. So once you're feeling heard out, you can say, okay, I get it now. Thank you for telling me. I don't agree. But at least I know we're on the same sheet of music. So the clear criteria, it's a great exercise to reflect on, work through before you go and have a hard conversation. Thanks.